The painful truth. Behind addiction, John was a man everyone once admired. Charming, ambitious, and hardworking, he had everything a person could wish for: a loving wife, a promising career, and a close-knit circle of friends. Yet beneath the perfect exterior lay a storm brewing, one that would soon consume his life and the lives of those who loved him. It started innocently enough. After a grueling day at work, John's colleague handed him a tiny pill. "It'll help you relax," he said casually, his voice dripping with assurance. John hesitated but eventually gave in, convincing himself it was just a one-time thing. The first time he tried it, the stress melted away, replaced by a euphoric calm he had never experienced before. What harm could one pill do? But one pill turned into two, and soon, John found himself craving that elusive escape from reality. The stress of work, the pressure to maintain his image, and the expectations from everyone around him became unbearable without the numbing relief of the substance. He began lying to his wife, Sarah, staying late at work and hiding his growing dependence under the guise of long meetings and work stress. At first, Sarah didn't notice the change. John still smiled, laughed, and hugged her like nothing was wrong. But soon, the cracks in his facade became impossible to ignore. He started missing family dinners. His moods became unpredictable, and the light in his eyes began to dim. The man Sarah had married was slipping away, and she couldn't understand why. One night, Sarah found a small bag hidden in John's briefcase. Her heart sank as she realized what it was. She confronted him immediately, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and heartbreak. John denied it, of course, insisting it was a colleague's and not his, but Sarah wasn't convinced. Days turned into weeks, and John's addiction spiraled out of control. He started borrowing money from friends, making excuses, and eventually stealing from his own savings. He lost his job after showing up to work in a disheveled state, unable to hide the consequences of his addiction any longer. Sarah, desperate to save the man she loved, begged him to seek help. "You're stronger than this, John," she whispered through tears. "We can face this together." But John, blinded by shame and the pull of his addiction, pushed her away. He couldn't bear to face the reality of what he had become. One fateful night, John hit rock bottom. He found himself alone in a dingy motel room, staring at his reflection in the cracked mirror. The man staring back at him was unrecognizable, gaunt, hollow-eyed, and consumed by regret. He clutched a photo of Sarah, their wedding day frozen in time, a painful reminder of the life he had destroyed. As the night wore on, something inside him snapped. He realized that if he didn't fight back now, he would lose everything forever. With trembling hands, he called Sarah. Her voice on the other end of the line was filled with relief and cautious hope. "I want help," he said, his voice breaking. "I can't do this alone." The road to recovery was long and brutal. John checked into a rehab facility where he faced his demons head-on. There were moments of doubt, pain, and unbearable cravings, but John clung to the memory of Sarah's unwavering support and the life they once had. Months later, John stood in front of a small group at his recovery center, sharing his story. His voice was steady, his eyes clear. Addiction doesn't just destroy the user. It destroys families, relationships, and dreams. But recovery is possible. It takes strength, love, and a willingness to fight for the life you deserve. Though the scars of his past remained, John emerged stronger, determined to rebuild the life he had nearly lost. He was no longer running from his pain. He was confronting it head-on, one step at a time.